Money talks, but it doesn't buy you out of melanin. The median white household sits on $171,000 in net worth. The median black household holds $17,600. That's a stark 10-to-1 gap, and it doesn't magically close once you sign an 8-figure contract. Stick around. Today, we're cracking open the myth that a fat bank balance flips off 5 centuries of racism. It's a convenient, but false, fantasy. Pull up any comment section under a Jay-Z video and you'll inevitably see it. He's rich. What's systemic racism got to do with him? The idea is simple. Cash equals armor. Reality check. Armor rusts when the world keeps shooting different bullets, especially from deeply entrenched systems. It's not just about individual slights, it's about society's very structure. Think Serena Williams. This woman is a 23-time Grand Slam champion with a net worth north of $250 million. You'd think she'd be immune, right? Yet, she once asked for a quiet corner table in a swanky Manhattan restaurant and got told, flat out, "We're booked." The very same night, a white patron walked in off the street and got seated immediately. She paid, left, and still posted about it. Money met racism, and racism didn't flinch. Even Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, found her title. An immense wealth didn't shield her from relentless scrutiny and racist commentary within the royal family. Let's run the tape back, way back. By 1865, newly freed black Americans owned a mere 0.5% of all U.S. wealth. That's where the race started. Fast forward through generations of systemic oppression, sharecropping, Jim Crow, discriminatory black codes, and rampant redlining that denied homeownership and investment in black communities. Don't forget the original GI Bill, a massive wealth-building engine for white vets, handing them cheap mortgages and college tuition, while black soldiers often faced paperwork mazes or outright denial. Each policy cycle widened the canyon we now call the racial wealth gap. Today's top earners step into a marathon that started with heavy ankle weights. Crossing the finish line first doesn't mean the weights were imaginary. The media loves a glossy exception. One successful black face on a magazine cover, one CEO, one superstar athlete, and suddenly it's presented as proof the playing field is perfectly level. But here's the rub. Exceptional narratives are designed to be exactly that. Exceptions, not the rule. When the median household income for black families stays stubbornly stuck and the racial wealth gap persists, these ceiling raisers, while inspiring, can become dangerous distractions, not true data points. Praising Oprah while ignoring the 30% black child poverty rate is like pointing to a sunny day and denying climate change. Shopping, while black, doesn't magically end once you can afford to buy the whole store. It just evolves. In 2021, a pair of black tech entrepreneurs in Atlanta had their home appraised. First valuation, $995,000. Suspecting bias, they removed family photos, had a white colleague stand in, and the second valuation came back at $1.4 million. Same house, same day, a $500,000 swing purely based on perception. Add in traffic stops. Ask Thabo Cephalosha, NBA veteran, whose leg was broken by police outside a NYC club in 2015, despite his celebrity. Wealth buys lawyers, sure, but it doesn't buy immunity from racial profiling or biased treatment. Every affluent black parent still gives the talk. Matsida Krawines, Agwaben Tons. You know the one. Keep your hands on the wheel, announce every single move you make to avoid suspicion, be extra polite, always carry your ID. Success, ironically, often doubles the stakes. You've got something significant to lose now, and the world constantly reminds you it can take it. Psychologists call this exhausting burden John Henryism, the chronic, high-effort coping strategy of trying to outperform racism. This isn't just mental fatigue, it manifests physically. High blood pressure, anxiety, shortened life expectancy. The bill sadly arrives in places money can't reach or heal. It's simple, really. Neoliberal fairy tales just sell better. If you can conveniently blame the individual victim for their circumstances, then you never have to do the hard work of retrofitting the system. Politicians will quote Dr. King, but they'll conveniently crop out his radical critique of capitalism. Corporations tweet performative black squares while actively opposing living wage laws. The myth survives, stubbornly, not because it's true but because it's incredibly convenient for those who benefit from the status quo. It allows them to maintain power and deflect responsibility. If this conversation has genuinely flipped your lens, or even just made you think differently, please hit that share button. Let's help the next person stop asking, why don't they just get rich? Subscribe for more reality checks, the kind that textbooks and mainstream media often skip entirely. Ultimately, cash can upgrade your seat, absolutely, but it doesn't change the fundamental runway you're on. Until we actively dismantle the deeply embedded policies and prejudice structures that push entire groups downhill, individual ascents will still face relentless headwinds. Racism doesn't magically clock out when black wealth clocks in. It simply changes its clothes, morphs its tactics, and finds new ways to exert its power. Recognizing that fundamental truth isn't just step one, it's the critical foundation for building truly equitable systems where net worth and net humanity can finally, genuinely match.